Statement, yeah, of course, always. Yeah.
Just excited that we continue our undefeated streak at home. I think we put ourselves in a difficult spot there to start, and we didn't have the best first half, but I think the girls really bounced back in the second half, and especially that fourth quarter. I think we just decided that we wanted to defend and get some stops and made some great plays offensively, but really I think it was the defensive effort down the stretch.
Coach, both teams struggled in the first period, and then really in the first half, both teams struggling to get things going. What do you think that has to do with what was going on in the first half of your team?
Yeah, it's funny because it's two teams that really play off of transition, and I feel like the tempo of the game really slowed down, and I think it was difficult for both teams to kind of adjust to. And I think that's one of our strengths is playing up tempo. And in the half court, I thought we got a little stagnant. We weren't moving quickly. We weren't, being in the spots. And so we talked about at halftime, like executing our stuff a lot quicker and being more aggressive and trying to get to the basket and that type of thing. And so I think just the pace of the game wasn't great to start.
Yeah. Then you respond in those last 5 minutes, go on a 10-0 run, force overtime. What was the change? I know you talked about the defense, but what else was there that was changing within the team?
I think defense, and I think, we have some confident people. I think Beck is confident. I think, Shay hit a huge three there. Harley made a great move down the stretch. I think they feed off of each other, and it starts really with Becca, her confidence and her energy, and, she's pure adrenaline, I feel like, in those situations, and so I think that really sparks our team.
Yeah, absolutely. Becca was getting double teamed for a lot of the first half. Really throughout the game, they were throwing some players at her a lot. How did your team adjust to not having your primary ball handler?
And that's something we need to continue to work on, I think, because, conference, everyone scouts you pretty well. And they know, Becca's leading the conference right now in scoring, and so I think that's something that we're going to have to look at and make her hard to guard. But yeah, we're going to have to figure out how to adjust to that a little bit, because I do think with the preseason, I think sometimes we get caught watching Becca and seeing what she's going to do, and so we really need to kind of figure out how to play off of her and stretch things out to open her up a little bit.
Yeah, I think Shay Fano was a huge second option, obviously scoring 22 again tonight. Can you tell me just her bravado taking three-pointers in big moments? Like, it's no big deal?
Yeah, Shay's one of those players. I mean, she has a lot of confidence, I think, for a freshman, it's a great thing, because I think she wants the ball in those situations. She can shoot the three, she can post up, she has a really versatile game, which is nice, especially with mismatches. And with Maddie Eaton being out, we had to play her a little bit on the perimeter, and so I thought she did a great job. She's still getting better at defending on the perimeter. That's something that she hasn't had a lot of experience doing, and I thought for the most part she did a really solid job. But she's hard to guard just because she is very versatile.
Yeah, you have 10 days, well, not 10 days, you have 7 days until your next game. How are you going to use this break and try and get ready?
I mean, the next couple days, lots of rest, especially for Rebecca and Harley and Claudia and Shay, some of those guys that have logged quite a few minutes. It's that time of the season where the bodies are banged up, and we've had the cold and the flu and just about everything in the last 2 weeks, and so I think really, we need a couple days off. But I think the focus for us moving forward is going to be defense. I think our defense fuels our offense, and like I said, we like to go in transition, and for us to be able to do that, we have to be better defensively. And I was a little disappointed with the rebounding effort. I thought we could have done a better job of keeping them off the offensive boards, and that obviously lends to us playing a more up-tempo game as well. So those things, I would say, rebounding and defending, we really need to kind of lock in and start preparing for.
How do you guys feel coming off of that big come-from-behind win?
We definitely feel excited and tired, but more excitement than tired. I think a rough game like that feels much better. Your body feels much better after a win, so
yeah, we needed that win.
Yeah, it was a good fight.
Yeah, I mean, you guys struggled in the first half, going down in the first half. Can you tell me about the adjustments you made to get back into that game? You went on a 10-0 run to end up getting back in. What happened?
I think that our biggest focus was just our defense, honestly. We knew that if we could get stops on defense, that our offensive game would translate. And I think we just got really big stops in the end, and we were able to make a big run.
Yeah, same. I think, we focused on defense, but we were really trying to get those defensive rebounds because they were crashing the boards really hard. Kudos to their team because they made it really tough on us, but, we got the rebounds that we needed and got the stops.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a big moment where both of you actually are involved. You got the steal. laid the pass back to Shay. She hit the three-pointer. Can you tell me about that sequence? Just did you know that you were going to be open? What went on?
Becca's one of the best players in this whole conference, and so she always draws so many players, and so I just knew that if Becca drew my player, I'd be open, and Becca's really good at finding me, and so it's kudos to her for the pass.
Yeah, I mean, I got the steal and I started just running off to the races, and I saw 3 defenders in front of me, so I knew I'd have some trails. But it's just when I read the defense, and I think the more I get used to reading how they're defending me and how many players they're sending at me, I know who's open and what spots are open. And it took me a while to adjust, but by then I had already gotten it.
Yeah, they sent 2 players at you a lot this game. How did you adjust to facing so many bodies?
I mean, I didn't for most of it. I was turning the ball over and throwing up some crazy shots, but my coaches said stick with it. My teammates believed in me, and it was just a matter of time before I figured out who was trapping and who was switching, who was icing the on-ball. So it took me a while, but hopefully next game I can get it a little bit quicker.
Shay, you have really stepped up these last few games, especially coming into conference play. How are you feeling right now heading into the rest of conference play?
I feel good. I feel like
She feels like a boss.
I just feel like I'm just getting the confidence from my coaches and my teammates every game, and so I feel good. I'm ready to keep going. So.
Okay. Yeah, you have a little bit of a break. You have a few days off until your next game. How are you preparing for the rest of the season?
We're seeing our trainer, getting our bodies right. There's a few of us kind of banged up, but yeah, the coaches, we're focused on our next game already. Like, we're happy, we're excited that we won, we're still undefeated, but we need to learn how to win on the road, and I think that's our focus right now. We need to get one over there. So.